BLSP stock update today. So Blue Sphere Corp closed the session of the 6th of May 2022 at $0.001. It wasn't changed. At some point during that session it dropped about 40%, but ultimately remained unchanged. So we know that a lot has been going on. Since the last time I uploaded a video concerning BLSP stock or Blue Sphere stock. Ray has gone ahead to file a petition with the SEC, which is to indicate that we all need to see the records of Blue Sphere records, as the filing records, as the from 10K records and the from 10Q records of Blue Sphere Corp from I think 2019 to 2022 or something like that. I think the letters somewhere here, it says here, this letter is in response to your request dated and received in this office on May 3rd, 2022 for access to Form 10K on our report filed by Blue Sphere Corp from 2017 to 2022. Okay, so it's from 2017 to 2022, and a host of all other things that he has been doing, and we have also complied and supported him, So indeed we are really appreciative. We are really appreciative, and a lot of what we have done has proved useful, even though we haven't gotten the stock to start trading and other stuff, but at least we have gotten it to legally, we have gotten it to a stage where it is no longer going to rely on any provisions of the law to remain in the dark, So, and I also believe that this hasn't really this hasn't really ever been done before, So we just hope that the SEC will comply and don't see us as a bunch of rebels, and just go ahead and see that they are notified and about their obligations, with as regards us, the investors, So moving on, we can see what's going on here with the stock. Yesterday, the 6th of May 2022, the price dropped below its 200-day moving average. Okay, so before that time, as of the 3rd of the same day the SEC received that letter, the stock closed at $0.014. This is the first time it is at such levels since the 31st of March. So indeed, at some point as well before now, it was it was actually at $0.0015. So at that sort of level, it was above its all of its moving averages, but now it has dropped below all of its moving averages on this daily chart. So, and we also noticed that when that happened, the 200-day moving average was indicating that Blue Sphere stock was in a bullish trend, but things have now changed because it has now continued to drop. So given all of that, we can see what's going on down here. Momentum is waning, and we all know very well that the level of participation is not very high, even though sometimes we see a huge number of stocks being traded. I think the average volume is now about average daily volume for the last 10 trading sessions about 6.827 million shares, but that is still very much that's not an indication that there's a huge participation, So moving on, we can see this is the 3-month chart. This chart just gives you an indication of what's happening here. It gives you it's just a snapshot of the last 3 months on this chart. So that's it. This is a magnified view of that chart. You can see that. So at some point actually it actually reached on the 17th of March. Yes, that's when it reached $0.015. So yesterday as well, sorry, on the 3rd, that was when it reached 0.014. And then at that time the moving average, 200-day moving average, which underlies the underlying trend, was indicating that the stock was strongly bullish. That was quite strange, but that's the first time that has ever happened in several sessions. But we can see that momentum is waning, and also the volume for this last trading session was totally low, very low, probably the lowest it has ever been. So and that's just an indication that maybe the sellers have just satisfied themselves, and they may have gone away. Maybe they have satisfied themselves and they've gone away. So fingers crossed, they will continue to see what's going to pan out. So the readout here says that BLSP remains in a bearish trend despite trading above the 200-day moving average. Yes, we can clearly see that from this 3-day charts. It's trading above the 200-day moving average currently. Yes, and is that the case on this? Yes, exactly. It's trading above its 200-day moving average. So even though it is trading above the 200-day moving average, which underlies the trend, it's still very much bearish. So its MACD is beneath the signal line. The overall trend of the security is lower. It's also lagging the S&P 500. So the MACD is beneath the signal line. That's an indication that yes, it's just a validation that things are still very much bearish. You can see that MACD is beneath the signal lines, just slightly, or just converge with the signal line. Momentum for BLSP is strongly bearish, as we saw earlier on. It's waning. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator has fallen as investors sell their shares and drive the price lower. Yes, so we have seen that it's just didn't, at some point in that session, in this last trading session, it dropped 40%, and we can also see that there is a very small amount of volume that was involved in that session. Maybe for now, they have satisfied their ambition with the stock, and they have gone away. So obviously some people can still trade, but not everybody can still trade the stock. So investors, it's fallen as investors sell shares and drive the price lower. Okay, the volume for that session, the 6th of May 2022, was lighter than usual, trading 471,451 shares versus an average of 11.346 million shares per day during the last 12 months. So you can see this way below average. And we know very well that whenever you have a drop in volume, it means that maybe the prevailing trend may be coming to an end. So it definitely it's in a short-term bearish trend, very short-term, because it's just cooling off from. I mean, you can see we can see that clearly from the 4th and the 5th. It was 4th, 5th, and 6th. It's just been retracing. So for 3 trading sessions, it has been cooling off. So the unbalanced volume indicator is bullish. Okay, the slope of the indicator is positive and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers. Okay, so that's encouraging, really encouraging. Buyers are presently more active than sellers based on what the unbalanced volume indicator is indicating. So let's see whether we can see a magnified view of that unbalanced volume indicator here. Okay, yes, that's it. So okay, it's saying it is bullish. Okay, well, pretty much, even though it has waned a bit, but it's not. It hasn't continued to retrace. At least it's higher than what it was for a couple of sessions now. So this is. Let's see whether we can find out what it is here. So this is the unbalanced indicator as of the 3rd of May. Yes, and then this is it as of the 4th, 5th, and 6th. Okay, so at least it is higher than what it was on the 2nd, and a couple of sessions thereafter as well, behind as well. or at least where it was on the 28th of, that's Thursday, the 28th of April. So still maintaining some strength there. So buyers are still pretty much active than sellers, even though maybe what happened in that session was that maybe buyers were not really involved, and just a few sellers who wanted to take advantage of the spike. It spiked. Obviously it spiked to 0.015. Maybe they wanted to take some profits, but all in all, we can definitely see that buyers are still very much active in BLSP stocks. So we'll continue to update you. I'll do my best to update more often, and thank you very much for watching this video.